What up, YouTube? It's been a while since I've had a little excerpt on basically anything, but Life as We Know It, Part 3. Okay, so recently I've been reading some, little bit of this and that for a few classes I got going on, and got some excerpts from Carl Jasper's Philosophy of Existence. There's pretty interesting stuff coming from this. Basically goes on to say that he regards science to be more factual, and more of what's going on is what it is compared to what it's not, because like philosophy is a lot different. But he goes through, he has three criticisms about natural sciences, and says that it's too concerned with objects instead of like itself. So, and then it can't provide goals, and it can only ground on its own terms. So it has too much limitations. So he brings to us four truths to come to our reality that makes us more of who we are compared to what science tells us that we are. So the first truth is realistic, where judgment either works or it doesn't. The second truth is a function of consciousness, and that is the truth that science of social deviates from us. And then the third truth is a level of the spirit, in which, our thoughts and ideas, they come out about us. And then the fourth is something to do with oneself, like how do we make ourselves different than others? How do we want to put ourselves out into society, what we do, and we become who we want to be. And basically, all of this together gives us existence. It brings us a realization that we're part of something much greater, something that makes us worth something. And we know that there's something, and then he also talks about, I guess, there's something about called something absolute reality. It's when it's much bigger than all of us. It's reality as a whole. And that's everybody's reality together. It encompasses all of reality. But this reality, of course, can never be completely subjected in one person's train of thought, because reality itself is what we think it to be. But yet, it never is truly reality, because we can only think beyond, or we only have a certain level of ability to think, because reality is much greater than we could ever think it to be. And basically, he just starts going, he talks about a lot of, we can't extend our thought without a loss. We need a reality to be truly our reality. To me, this started getting some real interest. I just thought to be really interesting, because, like, if we have a reality, is that truly our reality? Or are we just pretending it to be our reality because we thought it to be? It kind of brings up, good question, like, what surrounds us right now? Is it actually real? Or is it there because our mind pertains it to be, and yet we ourselves just accept it as our reality because it's what we're used to, it's what we like? And even though what surrounds us is real, what makes it real? I mean, like, what's your definition of real? Something that you can see and touch compared to something that's not real, you can't see and touch? Well, I got this desk in front of me. I can see it, I can touch it. Does that make it real? Possibly, but what if I back up, I turn away? I can't see it, I can't touch it, and then it's not real. Therefore, it's not part of my reality. But it's just confused, because, like, what is the reality, and how do we make it? It's basically all of ourselves. We make our own reality to how we want it to be, and it's all part of our minds. Even though it's unconscious, we could easily make it unconsciously the way it is without even knowing it. But that's how reality is. For we have our lives, we know to be who we are by what we think we are, and yet the world functions by how we see it function, due to past, interactions and things we've read and seen here and there in movies and TV and the media. But is reality as a whole? Is it really the reality we see it as? Or is it just what we think we want it to be as, compared to it truly is? I just need to know, what makes something real?